so do we want to call this meeting to order? Okay.
Yes.
Motion's been made and seconded that we call the meeting of Chaves County Planning and Zoning to order. And today is January 6th, 2026. And has the commissioners had an opportunity to read the minutes of the last meeting?
Yes, I'll make a motion to accept the meeting.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to accept the minutes of the last meeting as read. All opposed? All in favor of?
Aye.
I said that backwards. Okay, so I guess the first thing we'll do is talk about our resolution. I think we can agree to that. Is that what we've decided?
Chairman, Commissioners, the first agenda item is, of course, your chairperson and vice chairperson. If you, of course, Brian's not here, and if you'll look, I did provide you with the information for Mr. Marley that we as staff will be recommending for approval to the Board of Commissioners next week for placement on the P&Z Commission. If you'd like to table that till next month, that is fine, unless you are set to elect your officials.
Well, we're two different things. We're accepting Robert
You could go ahead
Marley.
and recommend and vote on your chairperson and vice chairperson if you'd like. Or you can table it.
These two look pretty good right here.
That's what we knew pretty much was going to happen, so.
Pretty good looking crew,
Well,
right?
we probably should
I nominate that.
There's
So,
nobody to second that.
Yeah, there's no second.
yes, you can second your own self.
Oh, darn, okay.
So, for record, Commissioner Lewis recommended
Mr.
Chairman.
Morley for chair and Val for vice chair, or whatever you call him.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Okay, Cal, you seconded it, so it's been, motion's been made to accept, I guess is that status quo? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion was made and carried and approved.
Second item on the agenda, Chairman Commissioners, is Resolution Z 2026-01.
Louis, can I stop you for 1 second there?
Yeah.
So, just for practice,
Uh-huh.
Val, do you want to just run the meeting tonight? I mean, because
Okay, sure.
that's the whole purpose, right, of
Yes,
having a vice
yes.
chair? Yeah, so if you don't, I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but
No, that's fine.
practice is good.
Practice is good.
So,
All right.
Note, Ms. West is acting chairperson starting now.
Okay, so we'll move on to item number 2, Resolution Z202601.
Chairman Commissioners, Chairperson Commissioners, excuse me. This is our normal resolution stating when and where we will be having public meetings as required by state statute. This is a normal document we provide in January to all of our commissions or authorities or land councils, thereby clarifying exactly, again, our agenda, the requirements for our agenda. If you're not familiar, we have to post our agendas and advertise them 10 business days prior to this meeting. While some of our other meetings, we have to have 15 total days. So each one is a little bit different, so that you know. But I haven't heard any kind of changes. It's still the first Tuesday of each month at 5:30 here at the Chaves County Administrative Center.
So question to staff is would you like to see anything changed in here? Like, for instance, where it coincides with the ETZ, like every 15 days or of notice or whatever the case?
Sure. Chairperson, Commissioners, if you want any changes, we can make those changes quickly. and then get the signature sheet to you tonight.
So I'm just asking you to make it you guys' life simpler. Is there something we could do to accommodate y'all?
No.
That would make you remember it easier, whatever the case.
No, Commissioner Marley, no, there's no changes necessary. We have that all set up.
Okay.
Okay. Then
It's all on her.
Excuse me?
it's all on Adina.
Pizzas from now on?
So are there any comments or from either of you two?
I guess I would make a motion that we accept it as read, as historic.
Second.
Okay. Anybody against? All in favor? Aye. So the resolution notice for public meetings passes. New business, case number 3, case Z 2026-01, a zone change from agricultural residential, Zone A, to industrial district, Zone D, specific use. Louis, you want to talk about it?
Yes. Chairman, Commissioners, again, this is a zone change from Zone A, agricultural residential, to Zone D, industrial, for a trucking business. The landowner is Alonzo V. Martinez and Luisa Mara, according to record. Mr. Martinez operates Martinez Trucking from this location. Its DOT number is 420055, according to our DOT website. The location is at 19 West Orchard Park in Dexter, New Mexico. The legal description is the east half of the southeast quarter of the southwest quarter of Section 20, Township 12, Range 25 East. Mr. Martinez is requesting approval for a zone change, again, from Zone A. Sorry, that's a B, but it's A because it's not developed, to Zone D, so that they may continue operating his trucking business, Martinez Trucking, at this location, which started sometime in 2019 officially. The property to the north is zoned D industrial. The remaining surrounding properties are zoned B residential with residential homes. This parcel is approximately 10 acres in size and accesses directly onto West Orchard Park, a 24-foot wide county maintained road. The occupancy of the two recreational vehicles and the operation of a commercial trucking business have been ongoing since 2019. Staff has notified Mr. Martinez on numerous occasions of his violations. The outside storage area on the property was hit hard in October of the 2024 flood, which spread a lot of the junk and material and debris across the neighbors' properties to the east and north. Because of this and because of the still existing materials, junk, debris, outside storage, staff recommends tabling the case until Mr. Martinez removes the two recreational vehicles from the site and the junk, inoperable vehicles, debris, used tires are removed from the property. Also, Mr. Martinez has not provided a development plan for the area, which would include storage of the vehicles and equipment. Also, staff's full report, there is an attachment from DOT explaining Martinez Trucking business. It is according to DOT information, it is a single driver with 4 semi-rig vehicles with numerous trailers per the DOT regulations and registration, I'm sorry, not regulation, reg. So, they are here to speak. Any questions?
I have, he's been notified of violations on numerous occasions. Violations being that he's in the wrong zone.
Yes, that the
Okay.
operation of a trucking business or the occupancy of the 2 RVs is not permitted. In either case,
Okay.
Mr. Martinez acquired the property in 2007, and according to our aerial photos, it was just a slight storage of a few trailers and material on the site. It wasn't until 2019 that we really began to see the spreading of the, maybe what was chip seals, because you can tell by the aerial photos that it is more of a black area rather than just a natural soil. So that's when we really saw things take off. In 2019, we issued a construction utility service line permit, and it was granted and then finalized and approved for what is a well. They do have a domestic well out on the property, and it does supply power to the domestic well. But there was no residential development. So in 2025, we asked CVE to disconnect the power, for which they did, but it was in August. Discussion was done between CVE and Mr. and Mrs. Martinez, whereby CVE felt that they needed to turn on the power. Central Valley Electric, which is CVE, has not provided us with the documentation for the reasoning for reconnecting that service. In our request for disconnection, we completely described the reasoning for our request for disconnection, which is the same reasons of violation of the occupying of the RV, operating a commercial business in a residential district. So we're still in discussion with CVE on a number of issues because they have a whole new administrative staff. Everyone there left in October.
Everyone?
Almost everyone at CVE. I've got a quick question, Elise. So that was a good question, and I had something similar, but let me back up. Because you requested to table it, do we even need to go any further?
Well, if you wish to speak with you've allowed me to speak. I believe that it would be best if you let Mr. Martinez speak.
Okay.
Mark, do you have any other questions about the?
The only thing what is Zone B residential?
Yeah, that's something we'll get to after we are done with this particular case. Again, as I explained, the zoning ordinance is quite confusing in that there's a Zone A and there's a Zone B. And the best we could figure is the Zone B is when the land is occupied by a residential home. It automatically converts from an A to a B without going through a zone change, which we will try to correct in the future.
Gotcha.
We will try to combine those two.
So if it was just Zone A, there would be no house? Zone-
Currently, there's no house, so it is zoning.
And Zone T?
Zone B would be the house, would be the lots with residential homes. But I see where you're going with that, Commissioner Lewis. The property to the east is vacant as well, so that should be Zone A, not B. Yes, that correction should be made.
And the property to the north of it is D,
Industrial.
which is
That
what?
was zone changed in 2011 in the idea of a truck stop. But since then, on the far west side, we've allowed 2 residential homes on that property with the agreement that they were going to zone change that. We will be addressing that issue now.
That they were going to change the property to the north, to another, is
They're
that what you're
gonna
saying?
zone change a portion of it back to residential. That was one of the agreements we had with them, to allow them back in, to occupy it with residential homes. There's 2 homes to the north and to the west,
Okay.
off of dirt, no name road. I think that's what that's called.
Is there no name out there?
Yeah, that's another thing we're getting. But, yes, Mr. Martinez is here. Forgive me, I don't know. And no longer Miss Mata, it is Miss Martinez,
Okay.
even though, so forgive me. Okay.
So, Mr. Martinez, do you want to speak to us? Or Mrs. Martinez?
I think it's better than hers.
Okay. If you come up and tell us your name and, do we need your address? And your address.
Luisa Martinez, 1111 East Bland, here in Roswell. The reason we have the RVs there, there's two RVs. We had talked to one of the guys here, what's his name? Richard, a while back, and he had said, they did send us a letter stating about the RV. And I told them the reason we have the RV there is because during the winter and the summer, we go and we do we're doing a fence around there. And when he's cleaning up, my granddaughter lives with us. So we have her in there when we're working the yard, or we'll go sit in there, take a break or something. The other small RV, we got that a while back because my daughter had got that RV because she was going to fix it up and move into it. But she passed away last year. So we haven't moved it or did anything to that RV yet. But that is something that we do want to move from there because, like I said, it needs some work inside, not very much, but that is one of the RVs we do want to move from there. Because nobody stays in there. And the other RV, nobody lives in it. We just, when we go to the property, we'll have waters and stuff there. Sometimes I'll do my paperwork there.
So it's your office
Yeah,
space?
yes, sometimes. But I don't have to go with him because then he'll put me to work back there. So I have to stay in there, so stay away from him. But it has sewer and it's all hooked up. And the reason they turned off the electricity because somebody from zoning had mentioned it. And then they had called me and they had asked me if anybody was staying in there. And I told her that we do not stay in there, we don't sleep there. I go work there sometimes. And she goes, I don't think it's right during this time because it was cold to have it turned off. So they went back and connected it back at that time. And they said as soon as we found out what was going to happen with everything to let them know. And that's when we got the other letter from planning and zoning here. And you'll see some debris on the pictures. And he has a pile towards the very corner. That's where he's been using the tractor and piling it up because he wants to get that and he wants to go dump that pile.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the tires that he had went to the other property, but he's been bringing them and there's some of the stuff that he needs to get rid of from there.
To the other property with the flood, is that what?
Yeah, when the flood came, some of his stuff went that way, but he's been bringing the stuff that's his and the stuff that's not his, he's just making a pile to get rid of.
Well, you guys have questions for her?
So I'm not 100% sure. I have many questions if we're going to revisit this thing. And we're kind of waiting on how the outcome of the cleanup, as per your request, goes.
Is that,
Chairman, Commissioners, that would be something that would be an action you'd have to place on the contingency of recommendation prior to recommending, or such time as you rehash this case. You want to see how far along they get
in the cleanup?
on the cleanup.
So having said that, then it would be my recommendation to make a motion to table this until such time the property is cleaned up in accordance with Lewis's recommendation.
And the
And then-
RVs are your decisions. Chairman, Commissioners, as Ms. Martinez said, they're willing to remove the small one. The larger one that's on you guys, whether you want to see it removed or not, or you're willing, that's you guys.
If you go by there, you'll see that there's not a mess. I mean, he has everything in its stacks.
I did,
I-
I went by
Oh,
there
you went by there?
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that you've started.
And we also have a truck there that he's been using for parts because one of the trucks messed up. So when he gets the truck fixed and everything, the parts and stuff that he doesn't need, in time, he will be removing those stuff too from there. But like right now, he's working on one of the trucks there now.
Do you guys have plans for a building, a shop building?
He wants the shop, but we also wanted to put a mobile home trailer there soon. Well, not soon because the way everything is, you know. But in time, we do want to probably move up that ways.
So, Chairman, Commissioners, it sounds like we just need a development plan showing, we believe that that location will be similar to where the RV is located. That'll be part of the development plan along with the proposed building. As you can see in the photos, there's already posts up. Any metal building has to have an engineered design. So, so you want to show that location as well on your development plan? And then the location of all your parked trailers and rigs, roughly, about approximately where you would put them. I would recommend you move it further south and avoid that flood area again. Because Chairman, Commissioners, and Ms. Martinez and Mr. Martinez, that area has been affected by the flood 3 times now. And it has created its own, nature has created its own drainage in that area. And it's going to flow again over and over again every time it rains.
We haven't,
More than 4 to 6 inches, it's going to flood right there again. I would recommend that you move your equipment and everything further south, or you raise everything 2 feet, because it's going to flood. Yeah, even though it's not a designated flood plain area or a special hazard, it's going to do it now, all the time. Orchard Park is going to be a problem over and over and over.
But you said we could freeze out the ground at 2 feet?
If you would like, yes, but I would recommend you just move your equipment south. Yeah, get it out of that where it flooded.
And the mobile home is what, an office space or living space?
no, nobody lives in it. It's just right, like I said, like I go do paperwork there sometimes or,
Well, no, you mentioned in the future, a mobile home. Didn't you?
oh,
No,
Double wide or something.
double,
a double wide, a double wide, in time. If God's willing, we want to put a mobile home there to live there.
oh, you want to, okay.
Yeah.
And Chairman, Commissioners, that would be acceptable as an accessory use, as the primary use would be the trucking business.
Yeah, anymore, if you got a place, you need to have somebody living there, keep an eye on everything.
You know, more than anybody.
Yeah, you need to have people around, I understand.
Yeah, and we do leave like, where the RV's at, we'll leave with like a truck or a car there because somebody has went in there years ago and took some parts off the vehicle.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes you'll see a vehicle there. But like I said, nobody stays there, inside there.
When I was out there today, I noticed that your fence to the east, right on Orchard Park, was it damaged in the flood? There's a
No.
portion of it that's kind of missing or
No,
down.
no. That we're still working on that and picking that up.
Okay.
Because what he did, he cut the pipes and everything, and the cement's not there, no, the cement's not there. It's just that when we're working on the property, then he has to go to work. So when in time, like we do a little bit, and then he goes to work and, off and on. But that's the site that we're working on still.
Okay.
Chairman, Commissioners, I would recommend 60 days that we revisit this issue in March at the latest. If Mr. and Mrs. Martinez feel that they can get it done in 30 days, and they'll visit with us and we will put it on the agenda even earlier. But at the latest, I would recommend 60 days.
So table it for 60.
Yes, that would give us till March to bring it back before you.
And that would be to remove the debris that he's over here in the corner?
Just the
And the
debris.
RV?
Yeah, any junk and debris that you have on the property.
And the smaller RV.
Yeah, and the smaller RV. And draw your plan showing where everything's going to be.
Did
Okay.
you make a plan? I think you do have a plan,
Okay?
yeah.
Okay.
Motion?
You made a motion.
Okay, so I'll amend my motion to say, motion to table this for 60 days and allow the applicants to clean up the messy stuff, anything that planning and zoning requests and in a site plan and those types of things. And we'll revisit this once those are submitted in March, in the March meeting.
I'll second that. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any against? No. All right, so we have agreed to table this motion.
What do you call it, just come over? Okay, sounds good. Okay, have a good night.
You too, thank you. You'll have a great night.
Quick briefing, Chairman, Commissioners. Just going to run through a few things that we're going to address in 2026. First one is going to be a new floodplain prevention ordinance. The existing one, it was from 1983 or 5. So, of course, you know FEMA has been pretty much disassembled, and NFIP, which is a National Flood Insurance Policies, is probably going to go privatized, we're afraid. But anyways, when this and all this goes into a private sector, we're afraid that the regulations are going to get tighter because everybody wants to prove a point. So we do need to update it. And that's also per the New Mexico Homeland Security's recommendation. So that'll be our first one. Our second one is going to be the county zoning ordinance, similar to what we just talked about. A, B, what is C, what is D, and trying to get those straightened out. Definitions getting straightened out, and the sexually oriented business, especially getting that cleaned up so that we don't lose any lawsuit and we don't have one being established in the county, because we pretty much zoned it out completely, which is illegal. But we can make it difficult for that small little piece of land. So, scratch off 10 minutes off the record. So, and then other issues, renewable energy, BESS, which are battery energy storage, solar power, wind power. We thank you for allowing us to raise those application fees. They make a difference, especially on those that, hey, are you for real? You really want to do this or not? And so,
What is going on with the
The data.
data center thing?
Any changes?
they are in talks with the BLM right now because the subsurface material belongs to the or is managed by the BLM. I don't know if it actually belongs to them.
The subsurface, meaning the gravel that they would use?
Mhm. The moving of any dirt below 3 feet,
Oh,
4 or 5 feet
yeah,
now affects
could.
mineral rights.
Gravel pit, yeah.
And the mineral rights are basically BLM. And so, and then we have a concern, we want to see a topographic survey of the area and their proposed layout of the area and what effects that'll have for that drainage area. Because it just, I was too open about accepting what they wanted to do and not requiring all of this. But I know my responsibility, so I'm going to require. And I'm going to hold firm and tight to those reins with this development. So,
So are we paying attention to the water use too?
yes, most especially.
Because that seems like it's gonna be a big issue.
But so you know, I did talk to Fidelity, and Fidelity is a escrow company. They just finished their closing of a $5 billion data center facility in Las Cruces, very similar to that. And so they're looking at the same thing that Donna Ana County is looking at something similar to us that we approved. Being that ours is at 10 billion. So it'll be interesting.
So what I understand, there's so many credits, electrical credits or whatever they call it. But anyway, so there was a lot of funding that was cut, I think, under the Obama administration. And if you don't file these applications by the end of 2026, it's not going to happen. So the credits that you would be eligible for will not be eligible after 2026.
So they might lose interest.
So they might lose interest, or we're going to see a shit ton of
Movement quickly. And we have a 1-year condition. They got to break ground.
That's right. From the time it was approved.
From the time it was approved. Well, 1 month after it was approved. Because, as you know, anytime an approval is done by the Board of Commissioners, there's a 30-day wait period for an appeal to be made before anything is official, unless it's an emergency.
Okay. Any other business?
These rezone, like this couple that was here tonight, I don't know how many of those, that seems to be the majority of the things that I've said on in 16 years here, is those types of things. And that one's kind of right at the edge, but some of them are right in the heart of a residential area. And used to, it was just handed, I just kind of followed suit with Dale Rogers, whatever.
Those drive me nuts to find. I
But
have
I
one down
promise
in
you,
the middle of Orchard. It
We
drives me.
started getting this old man that would show up, and he was an Englishman, and he's like, I bought this house knowing that I was gonna have peace and quiet in this residential area. Other than, okay, there's a farm across the road, and they manure trucks is up and down the road a certain time of the year, and so is silage trucks and da-da-da. He says, but did I know that there would be a trucking outfit next door that fires up at 3:30 in the morning to warm their trucks, and they get in at 6 o'clock at night, and the dust is
You
horrendous.
can't blame him.
Exactly, and I'm thinking, you know what, this guy bought this thing zoned the way it should, the way he wanted
The way
it.
it was.
And then we come in here and we change it, so his life is hell. And how unfair was that, is how I started thinking about that.
Yeah. If it was you,
Huh?
think about it if it was you.
That's exactly right. I mean, that made me think, I lived in a subdivision that had covenants, so I'm like, that was the nicest thing I ever lived in.
And that's the thing is we send out notices and we'll send out notices again, but if the neighbors don't come forward and say, what are you doing or why not?
And this time around, I even did it in Spanish. Because sometimes I'll have Spanish speakers come in and say, like, what does this mean? What are we doing? Why did I get this? So this time around, for this one, the ATZ one, I sent out one Spanish. And I said,
So if they don't understand here, is there a bilingual person here?
Yes. But officially, we no longer have an official interpreter. They do have to bring their
So on
own.
those, if they request it, do we need to, is that something that we're obligated to provide?
No, they have to bring their own.
I see.
With the new administration, you have to bring your own.
No, this property that we're talking about tonight, though, it's not abutted by any residential.
It is on both sides.
On-
There is an issue that we
Oh,
will
there-
talk about. If you look at the map and what's proposed,
Have
there's
those people
There's-
opposed or said anything?
That's why I was real hesitant, and I want to wait for them to see if they're going to come back, and we'll send them
Yeah, do
another
those
letter.
people even know? Have we sent them a letter and stuff?
We'll send them another letter.
I'm still waiting on, I want to say maybe 5 to 6 more people who haven't given me their certified.
But
But that affects, let's say these people don't bitch and moan about it, or have an issue with it, they go sell that property, and I'm like,
I end up trucking.
I'm buying next to that.
on both
guy.
sides,
Yeah, exactly.
with the truck stop on the north, what do you do? I mean, sorry guys, we're not really supposed to talk about this, but
That's a very difficult, and I think there's a difference too, like if somebody has a cattle pot and that's what he makes a living with, he zips in there at night, gets out just like you drive your pickup. I think that's different than a guy that has a whole, this guy here in one of the pictures, I thought I counted 7 or 8 trailers in the picture that I could, but my printer wasn't working great, so I couldn't really tell what it was, but.
Well, he has
And
some,
the old saying of some people's way of looking at it's junk and other
Right.
people's, that place is junk. Period.
All right,
So
guys.
there's
Those are the
actual
trailers.
pictures.
Your
You see
neighborhood
this?
or your
Like
area.
that, count the
Mhm.
trailers in there.
yeah.
There's more than 6 that they
The
said.
neighborhood across the street, where it had a traffic.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
His neighbor used to be Uncle Virgil, so he knows all about.
You know,
Yeah,
Hi, Mark.
yeah,
Your neighbor used to be Uncle Virgil.
yeah.
That was always fun, and when I was in the city and I had to deal with Uncle
See, and I
Virgil.
think that guy was probably grandfathered in or something, I assume, when that place up.
He was cut off because of the bypass.
Oh, okay.
The bypass cut of his property in half, so he was angry about it, and that was his way of expressing his anger to us.
I don't know, anyway, that was just my,
yeah,
my
it's,
experience with these, there's been a lot of these
Yeah.
types of cases in the last 16 years of house.
You know, I think about that, them people cutting up them windmills. Those people that were right there, I know all them people, they were sick, man. And I said, man, my wife is sick.
yeah, when they were chipping them. I guess that guy moved on, right?
Yeah,
We got a
we do need to go revisit though.
tarped up area there.
But the access point we were using to get on the property, I'd been sued about 3 or 4 times by that individual because we went and cleaned his property. Mr. Noriega. Don't matter, we followed all the rules and regulations in the process. He had a year to clean it up and didn't do a complete job.
So that was the wrong business for that neighborhood, for
Yeah.
sure. Even though it's zoned industrial.
That's another thing we'll have to address going forward into the zoning ordinance is recycling.
Yeah,
That's
that's,
gonna be an issue.
it is.
soon, because they're everywhere now. And there's a
They're
definite
building
need.
thousands of them
Yes.
by Vaughn and.
And in 20 years, they're gonna have to go somewhere. All of them are gonna have to go
Yeah, sooner or later it's
somewhere.
gonna be a problem.
and
Yeah,
And
over
if
in
your county's
Elida,
not ready for it, your county's gonna be the one that gets the poop.
you're right.
that plant in Elida with all the, they're wanting to replace them with bigger
Mhm.
propellers. So that means all the
Those gotta go
old ones
somewhere.
have got to go somewhere.
Well, to give you an idea, San Juan project, our San Juan project was approved back in 2009. And that is a original windmill business that started up by Elida. There was 12 of them in Chaves County. Since then, they've demolished them and have put up 4 to replace those 12,
Bigger ones.
bigger ones.
They're, yeah.
4 of them can replace 12. They're massive.
But
3 of
the
them are
12
on
that
state
came
property
down-
and 1's on private property, so, but they still go through the building permit
I
through
think
us.
those are kin of their own state school section and all that money goes
Yeah.
to the school
Yeah.
system.
Jeff Gilbert was on all that board.
Right,
He made sure that the schools got taken care of. And
yeah.
like when all that was happening, they said a lot of schools had the best computers and the best of everything, you know, made sure that.
Yeah, and it's gonna happen again because they're gonna have to renew all those.
Well, I don't know if you've been that way to Mount Airy and all that.
Yeah, crazy.
Hundreds and hundreds
They're
and
not done
hundreds.
either.
Huh?
They're not done. They just
Oh.
keep
They
going.
they just keep going.
Yeah, hundreds of them.
You got substations, you have transmission lines that we need to consider in our zoning ordinance. There's a lot. Now,
Lots of
it's
digging,
not
so,
just
I
the
mean, all it's gotta
renewable
take up-
energy site, it is what comes with it, and everything that comes with it.
Yeah, like I always think driving through there, it's all the digging, because there's not a wire up above, everything's below. So,
If you go to Klein's Corners and then head back north on 40,
yeah,
hammering on
they're
that.
already bidding, yeah.
Crazy.
Well, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.